You allege too that Nicole Murphy had relations with your ex-husband. Were you two friends?
Birthday parties. I've been to her house. She was at my bachelorette party. But you know what? At that time, my mother told me then. She said, but you got to watch that one there. And I was like, who? I said, the one dancing. She said, yes, that's Eddie Murphy's wife. She said, you got to watch that one.
Current wife at the time or ex at the time?
I want to say, I think she was still married. They were still married. And I was like, no, And so, when your mom tell you something about new school, you feel like you old school, And she was right.
Nicole Murphy has always been that woman who minds her own business. She doesn't chase drama. But when it comes to LisaRaye McCoy, that's a whole different story. Those two have history, and it's messy. Their friendship went straight downhill when LisaRaye flat out accused Nicole of being the other woman in her marriage to Michael Misick. Yes, she actually said Nicole was the reason her marriage fell apart. Even though Nicole and LisaRaye used to be close, LisaRaye didn't hold back. She went on to call Nicole a homewrecker, claiming she was always out here chasing married men. But let's be real, Nicole doesn't have time for the name-calling or that petty back and forth. She's got her own lane, and she's staying in it. Still, if LisaRaye thought what Nicole allegedly did back then was bad, oh baby, what's coming now is a whole different storm. Word on the street is that the tension between these two got so wild behind the scenes that Nicole supposedly started poking around LisaRaye's new man, just to get a little payback for everything that was said about her. Can you imagine? The drama's thick. At this point, people are wondering if they could ever be friends again because right now, it's giving absolutely not. These two have way too much bad blood between them to ever see eye to eye again. And let's not forget, when it came to dragging each other in public, LisaRaye threw the first punch. Remember when she called Nicole out over Antoine Fuqua? Yeah, that one had social media on fire. Nicole got caught on camera locking lips with Antoine Fuqua, Layla Roshan's husband, while they were vacationing, and that photo went viral in seconds. Everyone was talking about it. That scandal was a PR disaster for Nicole because people were saying she was trying to wreck Antoine and Layla's marriage just to get him to herself. But when LisaRaye started spilling tea after that, oh, she didn't hold anything back. She cranked the heat up and made sure everyone was watching. And hey, if you're already hooked on all this drama, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to Fame Drop. We've got all the hottest celebrity mess, the biggest scandals, and the wildest twists. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. What do you think about this Nicole versus LisaRaye situation? Who's really in the wrong here?
Thing is this, when you're a woman and you're grown, let's handle it like a woman. Let's talk face to face and let's get it out. But here's the thing. I sat with her a couple of months ago, longer than a couple of months ago, about 6 months ago. And
this was after the alleged affair?
Before.
Okay.
And I said, let's talk about it because I waited a very long time for you and I to get like this right here, face to face, you know? And
no, she's talking about Nicole, not me.
Right.
Relax.
And we had a good conversation because she said to me, you know what? We're two older women that look good that's in the business. I hate this. And I do too, because I hate when we can't bridge the gap between women. We should not be in that position.
Right.
I will say this.
Even back when Nicole was engaged to Michael Strahan, yeah, that Michael Strahan, things weren't smooth sailing. The two were all set to tie the knot, planning that big wedding moment everyone thought was coming. But then, out of nowhere, rumors say LisaRaye allegedly stepped in and sent Michael some proof that Nicole was out here doing shady stuff behind his back. Can you believe that? Whatever she showed him must have hit hard because Michael reportedly hit the brakes fast on that wedding plan. Before long, the fairy tale was done. The engagement was off and they went their separate ways for good.
I think Leela and Nicole have reportedly been close friends for years, and they travel in the same circle.
And my thing is this, plus, you're not talking about it all the time. That's that friendship stuff?
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
Well, but listen, the whole internet's on fire about it. Even your sister, the brat, LisaRaye McCoy, jumped in social media and said, girl, Nicki Murphy, you went after Layla Rashawn's husband too? Shaking my head so wrong again.
Ooh, wait, hold on.
So what's the fine print of the tea? Like, did she go after LisaRaye's husband when she was married to the...
Absolutely. When my sister was the first lady of Turks and Caicos, absolutely.
What?
So when people started asking LisaRaye why she kept pressing Nicole so hard, like why she wouldn't let up, LisaRaye finally let it all out. She claimed Nicole had an affair with her then husband, Michael Misick, while they were still married. That's wild, right? But for LisaRaye, it wasn't just about Nicole being involved with Michael. It was deeper than that. What really cut her the most was the betrayal. She said she had trusted Nicole like a sister, someone she could lean on, and then boom, Nicole turned around and did her dirty. That's the kind of pain that doesn't fade easy, and LisaRaye made sure everyone knew exactly how much that hurt.
That's true. Absolutely true.
So what happened exactly?
Just what you said. She messed around with my husband. Here's the thing. We've all done something that we regret. We've all made mistakes, and we all have to learn from that. But when you start doing it and being messy enough to do it amongst family, how does a family kiss turn into a I'm sorry apology? Like, what do you mean? You didn't know that she was married? We all know that she was married. And that was 20 years. That's history. You don't do that amongst friends.
Right.
Because there's no loyalty.
Right.
There's no loyalty, and you got to look up, and your person that you invited to your house and you celebrating your birthdays and going to games with, you got to look up and they're in Italy with your husband.
Right.
And here's the real kicker. LisaRaye came out saying that, yeah, she knows she and Nicole will never be friends again, but she doesn't want any bad blood between them. She said she's all about keeping the peace since they still move in the same Hollywood circles. Sounds mature, right? Well, not everyone's buying it. Word is, Nicole's not feeling that energy at all. She's allegedly furious that LisaRaye went public, running her mouth about everything, and then tried to flip the script like she's the peacemaker. That kind of switch up doesn't sit right with Nicole, and now the tension's thicker than ever between these two. And hey, if you're keeping up with all this wild celebrity drama, make sure you subscribe to Fame Drop right now. We've got the latest tea dropping every week, and trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next in this story.
How'd you find that out?
I had checked the manifest of my plane because we owned a plane. And so when you check that list, it says all the people that have rolled on the plane. And she didn't ride on it with me, and nor did she receive an invitation from me. So if you had a girlfriend that has her own island, I would think that you would call and say, hey girl, I'm coming, because I was getting everybody to come. So why you would accept an invitation from him and you don't even know him is unbeknownst to me. I don't know how that could happen. Do you? I guess not.
I never owned a private plane or
Not that part.
no, I don't know, but meaning, yes, this is too rich for me. The manifest of the list, like, damn. So you saw her name on the list.
Mm-hmm. And I tried to call her. And, at first she said, no, I haven't been to Turks and Caicos. I have not been. And it was like, well, wait a minute, And then I called again, and then she stopped answering the phone. So at the time she was dating, at this time,
Michael
when
Strahan?
I found out, she was dating Michael Strahan. So I called him. And I said, hey, do you know anything about this? And, we talked or whatever. And I said, well, let me send you a tape that I have of proof. And so I did.
What tape? What was on the tape?
It was a tape of her and Michael where she was dropping Michael off at the private airport in her car. And they opened the gate and they pulled up to the plane, and she gets out and he gets out, and I go, oh, I didn't know y'all knew each other. And I'm gonna leave it right there because that part is my business. The other part is someone else's business, which I've never, speak on. But for me, that was enough. It was like, wow, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Friends don't do that now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that I would think an enemy would do, or somebody that I just don't know. But someone that you have to watch your girl. Where I come from, south side of Chicago, that's an ass whooping. That's an ass whooping. Period.
And if LisaRaye thought Nicole being with Michael Missick was the ultimate betrayal, what Nicole allegedly did next made her want nothing to do with her. For real. Around 2011, the rumor mill started spinning hard, saying LisaRaye was dating Pastor Noel Jones. Yeah, that Noel Jones, the well-known preacher with the flashy suits and smooth talk. As soon as those whispers started, LisaRaye quickly shut them down, saying, there's nothing going on here. She made it clear he was just her spiritual advisor, a friend, and nothing more. At least that's what she said publicly. But Pastor Noel didn't exactly rush to back her up. Nope, he stayed quiet and kinda let that story breathe. And when his show Preachers of LA hit the air, they even teased the idea of him and LisaRaye being a couple. The producers played around with the question, could LisaRaye actually be a pastor's wife? Could Noel really fit into her world? It had people talking everywhere. Eventually, Noel did speak out, saying he and LisaRaye weren't together, but by then, the damage was already done. Still, insiders claim that behind the scenes, those two were more than friends. Apparently, things were starting to get serious between them until, boom, someone else stepped in. And guess who people say that was? Nicole Murphy. Now, none of this is confirmed, so take it with a grain of salt, but word on the street is Nicole caught wind that LisaRaye was seeing someone she knew, and she couldn't resist jumping right back into the mix. Allegedly, Nicole slid right in, making her move on Pastor Noel Jones just to get under LisaRaye's skin. She knew exactly where it would hurt. And the craziest part, Nicole didn't seem sorry one bit. The talk is that she felt like if LisaRaye could mess with her life before, then LisaRaye's relationship with the pastor was fair game too. But when the internet caught wind of all this, they were not having it. People were calling Nicole out, saying she should have just let things go once LisaRaye stopped talking about her. The online crowd felt like Nicole was being messy and keeping the feud alive when she could have just walked away quietly. But no, she had to make a statement, and boy, did she make one. The whole situation turned into a full-blown soap opera that had everyone choosing sides.
It may be social media. No, social media took on a mountain of its own. And like I said, listen, it said I broke up somebody's marriage, which is absolutely false. I never did that. There was a statement released by that ex-husband saying it's false. And no one
you're talking about when LisaRaye got involved and said you slept with her husband.
Yes, and it's not true.
No, she talked real breezy on social media.
I know, it's not true. First of all, her husband released a statement.
That was the Turks and Caicos king.
Yes, saying it's not true.
Yeah, I saw that.
Nobody focused on that issue. No one, they just
But he was
focused
going
on
to bed with Roxy, so.
It has nothing to do with me.
I'm just saying.
Murphy, you're disgusting. You sat on that couch and you laughed. It ain't no moment, it's a mess. You wrong for that. You the type of women that let these men be evil. They gotta have some help, and women like you are that type of help.
One person online didn't hold back, saying Nicole Murphy is way too gorgeous to be acting this diabolical. Sleeping with your friend's husband, that's just low and icky. Another comment hit even harder. I don't get how Nicole could end her marriage with Eddie after getting cheated on, just to turn around and do the same thing to her friends. It's like she cares more about staying hot and desirable than being loyal to LisaRaye or Layla. And honestly, that's the big question everyone's debating right now. Was Nicole Murphy just getting her lick back, trying to make a point after all the public drama? Or should she have just let the whole situation go and moved on in peace? What do you think? Should she have left LisaRaye alone, or was this her way of settling the score once and for all? Drop your thoughts down below. I really want to hear what side you're on. And if you've been enjoying all this celebrity chaos, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Fame Drop for more wild stories just like this one. Thanks for watching, and make sure to check out the 2 videos you see on screen right now. Trust me, they're just as juicy as this one.